So for our next example on the equilibrium of non-concurrent forces, we have to determine the reactions at the supports of the beam carrying a 50 Newton per meter uniformly varying load and a concentrated load acting diagonally as shown. So we have this simply supported beam. So step 1, no? Convert the uniformly varying load to a single concentrated load. So this is the uniformly varying load natin. Yung formula natin ay W1 times the length over 2. So, we just get the area nung triangle na ating uniformly varying load. So, by getting that, we have the 50 Newton per meter times 4 meters divided by 2. Then we get 100 Newton. So, that will be our converted uniformly varying load. Naging 100 Newton na concentrated load. Located, no? So kung from dun sa 0 point or from point A, then we have 2/3 nung given na length niya, which is 4 meters. So 2/3 of 4 meters is equal to 8/3 meter from point A. So calculate the components of concentrated load P. So since diagonal lang ating concentrated load P, so we have the component X and Y forces. So to compute for the X component of our concentrated load P, we have P cosine 30 degrees. So that will be 100 cosine 30 degrees, which is 86.6 Newton. So for our Py, or the vertical component of our concentrated load P, we have P sine 30 degrees. So to get that 100 times the sine of 30 degrees, then we get 50 Newton. Now we can draw the body diagram of our loadings. So we have the converted concentrated load from the uniformly varying load. So located 8/3 from support A. Okay, so and then we have the components of P, which is acting 6 meters away from support B. Of course, since hinge yung ating support A, meron tayong dalawang reaction. It's AX and AY. So again, the direction is just assumption kung going left and going up. That's just an assumption. Pwede yung magbago, depende sa magiging calculations natin. Then we have, since roller, isang reaction lang, so BY, we have the vertical force at roller support. Then now we solve for the unknown forces. So again, conditions to satisfy, we have summation forces X must be 0. So dalawa lang naman na ating X component doon. So we have the reactions at A and then yung component ng load nating na P. So since going sa right ang ating X, so we made it as positive, and then going left yung ating PX, that's why it's minus. Okay, so to get that, since may value yung ating PX, which is 86.60 Newton, so AX minus 86.60 Newton is equal to 0. So definitely AX is equal to 86.60 Newton na going right. Since dalawa lang naman sila nagkokontrahan, so parehas lang sila, equal lang sila to make the body equilibrium. So for the summation of forces Y, or the vertical forces, this should also be 0. So we have 4 forces acting vertically. Meron tayong dalawang downward, which is yung concentrated load na converted concentrated load natin, W1, and then yung vertical component ng ating P, which is the Py. And then meron tayong dalawang upward, which is the reaction at A, vertical, and then the vertical reaction at support B. So we have to subtract them. So we have 100 Newton plus 50 Newton minus AY minus BY, both unknown, is equal to 0. Since these are both unknown, we cannot solve it yet kasi dalawa yung unknown. So AY plus BY by transposing is equal to 150 Newton. That will be our equation 1. Now we still have the last one conditions to be satisfied, which is the summation of moment. That should also be 0. So taking the moment at point B again, no, pwede kang mag-take ng moment at point A or at point B, whichever you want. And considering clockwise direction as positive. No? So meaning the counterclockwise will be negative. So we have to assign that. So summation moment at B should be 0 for the equilibrium condition. Then we get vertical component at A or AY times the 12, which is the distance or the perpendicular distance from support B. Then we have the converted load na W1C will be 6 meters from yung 10 over 3 meters na remaining na distance niya from support B. Then we have also the PY vertically acting counterclockwise. Also, we have PY times 6 meters, and by adding them, that should be 0. So, AY times 12 meters minus 10 Newton, 100 Newton times the 6 meter plus 10 over 3 meters minus yung 50 Newton natin na vertical reaction at P or vertical component of P, then we have 6 meters is equal to 0. Okay, calculating, we have AY times 12 meter minus 933.33 Newton meter minus 300 Newton meter, that should be 0. Then, getting that, AY times 12 meters is equal to 1,233.33 Newton meter divided by 12 meters. So, ang AY natin will be 102.78 Newton upward force since nag-positive naman siya. Note, AX and PX has no moment effect. No? At B. So, hindi natin sinama yung AX, kasi they passes through point B. So, sinabi na natin yung dati na kapag nag-pass through dun sa point, wala siyang perpendicular distance, therefore, magsisiro yung force. Yung moment ng force. Diba? So, wala tayong moment at that forces. So, substituting yung nakuha nating AY to equation 1, then we get AY, at yung formula natin sa equation 1, AY plus BY is equal to 150 Newton. Then, 102.78 Newton, that is AY, plus BY is equal to 150 Newton. So, by transposition and solving, BY is equal to 47.22 Newton upward since nag-positive din siya. So, tama yung direction na nilagay natin. Okay, for additional example, watch my other video.